ever get in kind of like a funk or a bad mood or worried or just some kind of negative emotion, and you don't want to leave your house and you don't want to be around people. So I wanted to share with you my story of how I was experiencing that last week. But before I do that, my name is Joy Wilder. I am a small business owner of 3 different businesses, and I am the founder of the Brilliant Life brand and Brilliant Life business, where I help business owners leverage the power of online marketing to explode their business. So I would love for you to like my page or follow my channel wherever you're watching this, and love to hang out more. So last week I was just kind of, I'm juggling a lot of things, and I was kind of in a bad mood. I woke up kind of in a bad mood, and I had all these things on my mind that I needed to get done. And I had been scheduled to go to this class at the Community Business Partnership about financing your business. And it was going to be a 4-hour class last Thursday, and I really didn't want to go. And I just didn't even know if it was going to be worthwhile, but I really just didn't even want to leave my house. Hey, Eileen, thanks. But I had spent, I don't know, like $35, and I had, long story short, I kind of just felt like I had to go. So I kind of begrudgingly went. And then the next day, it just so happened I had this Coffee Friday networking thing at the same place that Friday morning. So I was like, oh my gosh, I have to spend 2 mornings leaving my house, doing my makeup, all by 9 a.m. in the morning. The thing on Friday was by 8 a.m. So I just really didn't want to go. But I want to tell you, it is so valuable if you work from home all the time, or especially if you're a solopreneur. Even if you're a solopreneur but you don't really work from home, maybe you work in a WeWork space, it is so valuable to become part of a community of other like-minded business owners. So, hey, Rochelle, whether that is I'm a big believer in joining some sort of like group coaching or mastermind and investing in yourself and your business for that, but also looking around your local community, your local chamber of commerce, or your local, I posted last week about my experience at the Community Business Center and National Women's Business Partnership, like seeing if you have a local branch, maybe a SCORE office around you. But guys, I felt so much better when I got out of the house and I went to these 2 things on Thursday and Friday. It was like crazy. I didn't even know these people, but it just totally shifted my mood. And it reminded me of many years ago. I actually preached a little small message at a retreat that our church was on called Congregate, Don't Isolate. And I personally, I come from a Christian worldview. I believe that the devil tries to get us to isolate ourselves, because when we isolate ourselves, God designed us to do life in community. And when we isolate ourselves, then like the devil can really feed us lies, and there's no other people that can speak truth to us. So I remember that message came out of a place where several years ago, this was like many years ago, one of my good friends called me, and she had just found out that her husband was having an affair, and it was like really bad, guys. She just found out her husband was having an affair, and it was just very bad. And this was the first friend of mine that a husband had been unfaithful, and they ended up getting divorced. I mean, I now have many friends who have gone through divorces, but this was the first time that I had experienced a friend going through this. And I was like, trying to be positive and encouraging for her, but I was like so angry at her husband and so just broken for her. And when I got off the phone, I just remember bawling. And I had a play date at the time scheduled that I was supposed to go to in like 5 minutes. And I was like, there is no way on the planet that I want to leave my house. I just want to stay here and crawl in bed and bawl and like kind of like yell at God for allowing this terrible thing to happen to my friend in her marriage. But because I committed to be at this play date, I went ahead and I went. And it was so good. I think the rest of my day would have been totally ruined, because I'm not sure that I could have gotten out of like the depth of sadness that that situation, that phone call had put me into. And so I went very begrudgingly to this play date, just to the playground down the street, and met up with this other mom and her kid. And of course I didn't like talk to her about, what was going on with my friend, but it just helps to get out of the house, especially if you're going through something bad, because it just kind of like takes your mind outside of, okay, this isn't the only thing happening in the world. Like, there's other things going on. Often you'll hear about other people's troubles, and then you're like, wow, okay, my life is okay. And it just helps take you out of your situation, gives you a little bit of perspective, and shifts what your focus is on. So I think this is 10 times more important if you, like I said earlier, if you work from home full-time or part-time, or if you're a solopreneur, especially if you're a solopreneur, because it can feel so lonely. Because it can feel like, even if you have an incredibly supportive spouse, it can still feel like nobody understands what the heck you're going through, because you're the only one like carrying this burden. And really that's not even the right perspective, but that'll be another Facebook Live. But I just wanted to encourage you with that thought. I'm an introvert, and we have tons going on in our house. Like, we have a preschool in our house. We have neighbors that are coming like in and out of our house all the time. Our house is like a revolving door. We have two. At times we've had 3 different renters. Right now we have an au pair living in our house. My husband works from home all the time. I work from home all the time. We have 4 kids. We have lots going on in our house, and I'm an introvert, so I don't feel like I need a ton of outside connection. But I just want to encourage you that even as an introvert, if you're listening to this and you're an introvert and you have a lot of kids at home, so you feel like you never get a moment of silence, it's still important to get out of the house and connect and find that tribe of people. And if you have to pay for that, I think it is well worth the investment of joining a group coaching group or a mastermind, something like that. But I also think there can be free options that you can find if you look around. And Facebook can be a great place to start. That's where I've found some great encouraging community too. But you want to find some place where you can also go out and meet people in person. So I hope that helps. I hope that encourages you. And friends, if you want some more energizing tips, I am going to be launching my next Do Less, Achieve More 7-day mini habits challenge. It's going to be super fun, super simple, and super effective. If you feel like you don't have time to do it, then you probably should just hop in and do it. I'll put the link in the comments below. You just want to register by midnight on Sunday, September 29th. Have a great night, guys. Bye.